how do you send free proposals and get the appropriate signatures you need. Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur, and like I just said, how do you actually send a free proposal? Now, I'm including the word free because a lot of times there's always these hidden loops and, oh, it's not really actually free, or it's a free 14-day free trial, right? This is no. This is 100% free. Now, I do recommend the more paid versions. However, I get it. You're balling on a budget. I started on the free version. It's great for what it is. So this is how you're going to be able to send it completely for free. Now, the software we're going to be talking about is Pandadocs. There is a link down below. Go check it out. And out of all the softwares that I've used to send proposals, this is the best one out there. Now, I'm not just saying that because it's one that I use. I've vetted a lot of different proposals softwares, and honestly, this one just keeps rising to the top. It's ease of function, ease of use, being able to comment on documents, and really all of the good, juicy features that you want in a proposal building software is all available right here. So that is why I really enjoy it. I'm going to walk you guys through it. I'm going to address literally every question you're going to want to have, but ultimately this is going to help you make way more money. Now, back in the day, I used to quote on either an email or a Excel sheet, or I would just find like a proposal template and go from there. And I'm just telling you now, that was the worst thing in the world. It was not streamlined. If somebody had a question, it was a huge amount of email exchanges. Then I'd have to go back and look at it. When did they sign? I'd have to save the PDF. The PDF would only have their signature. Then I'd have to go in and modify my signature. It was just a mess. It was really nothing. It was not worth the amount of headaches when there is literally a free substitution online. So this makes it way easier. Now, I did say I do recommend the paid version for $20 a month. I personally think if you're sending out at least 2 proposals per month, this is a no-brainer, at least to get the cheapest version that they have. It just allows for so much functionality. I'm going to walk you guys through that. But look, like I said, balling on a budget. When I first started my business, I was going the free route all the way. I used the free route for a while, and now I use the paid version, which is just a million times better. And it makes your life just way easier because the better proposals you have, believe it or not, the more money you can charge. I am not even kidding you. When I started spending money on proposal software, and once again, I'm not trying to tell you guys to spend money on a proposal software, but at least using a professional template made my proposals probably go about 40 to 50% because people were actually impressed with what we had and what we did. And I've also sold a ton of extra products just through our proposals because it literally tells people what we do in addition to the actual proposal. So I'm actually going to share with you guys a normal proposal that I would send out, and you guys can go through and say, hey, that's great, or hey, that's not great. So I have also covered a lot of my customer information. So if you see like random blocks around the screen, it's not because I don't like you guys. It's just because I don't want any customer information coming out in anything here, especially because a lot of it's sensitive information. I also have NDAs, so I have to be respectful of that. But let's jump into this. Let me show you guys what it is and how it works. So this is Pandadocs, and it is a phenomenal platform. Like I said, they offer a free 14-day trial. They do have, I'm going to address it really quickly, they do have a completely free version. So unlimited legally binding e-signatures, unlimited document uploads, payments, mobile apps, right? Then the Essentials. The Essentials is really where it gets great for $20 a month. And then the business version where you have approval workflows. It'll send reminders. It's really nice in that regard. It'll integrate with HubSpot or any CRM you might have, a content library, so you can include videos in your proposal. It is actually a really impressive system. But for $20 a month, I think if you can afford it, it's probably worth it to you. But try out the free version. The free version is going to get you much further than just working off a piece of paper. So now that I've covered that, I think that we could go through this. But this is it. This is literally the entire website. It's a beautiful website. You can grab e-signatures. You can have workflows. You got to pay for that in the API. You got to pay for. But it is literally going to make you more sales. I thoroughly believe that. I'm not just saying that. I saw a massive shift in my business the moment we implemented this. So don't sleep on this. This is well worth your time, energy, effort, and investing. Now, in the beginning, it's a little clunky to use, but it's going to just make your life a lot easier in the long term. See, this is part of the gray square or gray rectangle I was talking about. So this is it, right? I mean, this is the whole software here. You have proposals, quotes, forms, contact, e-signatures. The next thing is pricing. I want to just bring that up. Now, you do get, it's a little bit more expensive if you pay monthly. If you pay annually, it's, you save about 30%. Well worth it. And it just goes through. You'll be able to see here like what the comparisons are. So you have audit trail, public and custom templates, right? Rich media drags, right? On the essentials. The business plan is really where you start to get into like the good stuff, but it's $50 a month, and not everybody wants to spend $50 a month. It's $50 a month if you pay annually. It's $60 a month if you pay monthly. So keep that in mind. If you're sending a proposal, I would say 2 or 3 times a week, it's probably worth going to the business plan. No questions asked on that one. But that's really it. That's where you would go find the pricing. Now, they talk about speed. It works. It's way faster than making a Word document, right? If you go on Google and you're like, good proposal, I can't spell, proposal idea. Nope, that's templates. Cool. So it's going to give you a bunch of good templates, right? Jotform is a very popular proposal template. I don't want to say it's a PDF editor, right? You can go through and edit it, but it's not a proposal software. And that's where I think there's a big misconception about what is a PDF. Like, these look great. Yes, they are phenomenal. You could use these, but keep in mind, this is a PDF. So somebody has to go and update that PDF. You have to download it and modify it and then send it. Then you have to wait for it to get sent back, right? It's a lot. Where Pandadocs is really going to streamline this. So we've been, I haven't been using this as much as I probably should lately, but we've put probably hundreds of documents through this right now. And this is just this week, right? So this week we're leading up to a holiday. It's really not that busy of a week. So right off the bat, you can go through here. You can go through documents. I'm not going to open documents just because you guys would see a bunch of customer information here. And you would have more customer information right here. Once again, I'm not going to be showing that. You have templates, which is really, really cool. I'm a big fan of this area. So you could have templates built into here. And the template is just the way it's going to look. It's really nothing otherwise than that. And I'm going to go through, this is literally the template that most people will see when they come work with our company, right? So you have a digital marketing proposal, right? You have it automatically fills in all the information in yellow, right? You have about us, right? We've stylized it a little bit just to make it a little more interesting, right? That's the whole goal. And when somebody sees this, they go, oh, you guys do search engine optimization. You guys do this. You guys do this, right? This is the really cool part about it. And we can actually let people know what kind of features, functionality, and really all the good information they want on what is entitled or included in these services. So keep in mind that this is what you could have in here. And this is the whole proposal, right? So then you get to one-time services, you get to monthly services, and then you have your information. Now, I am going to be adding a little bit more information to this entire sheet where I'll be able to put in a QuickBooks credit card request form, which is going to make my life much, much, much easier. But you can also have in here, you can just keep adding and adding pages until you're happy with it. It does show you where the page breaks happen, so that way you can make a really clean proposal, and it'll walk you through all the pages. Now, this is, once again, is going to be your master document. You can go in here, modify this once, and it'll modify it for the future of your proposal sendings. And you might have different proposal packages for different customers. So in this case, you might have it for us. We kind of have a general proposal, and then we're going to be in the process of building more specific proposals out for each industry that we're attacking. So just keep that in mind. It's definitely worth knowing about, but you can go in here and the information that you get to play around with, page break, pricing table, table of contents, right? And you can enter in custom roles in here. So signatures, initials, dates, checkbox, dropdown, credit card details, right? Collect files. This is the best part about it. It just makes your life so much easier going through this. Now, you also have variables. So if you wanted to add any first name, last name, email address, contacts, company, anything like that is going to help you tremendously. Then you have your design phase. So if you wanted to adjust any of the fonts, any of the colors in here, right? So this is a modified version of our proposal, and we're constantly messing around and tweaking it. But the cool part is this is kind of a show-stopping proposal. Now, I'm not admitting that we have the best proposal in the market, but what I am saying is the fact that when you make a proposal on here, it looks way better than most anything else. And the reason why I say that is because if you go on here, and yes, you're going to be able to get a sweet proposal on here, but you're not going to be able to adjust any of the blue. So you have to find the specific one that is going to work for you and your company, right? So if you don't see something that fits your colors and the style that you're looking for, it's going to look a little funky, right? Software proposals, use templates, you could use all these templates. There's a lot of them on here, but you just got to keep in mind, you got to find what is going to work for you. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to a third-party app where you're either going to build it from scratch, or it's going to be a Word document. Either way, it's totally up to you. I'm not telling you guys how to do this. I'm just telling you guys the benefits of using this platform, because once again, it's made our lives so much easier. And my goal is just to help you guys. That's the best part about it. The cool part is they do have apps in here, so this is just going to be adding payments. So we can receive a payment once they sign the document, which is something we haven't implemented yet. It is something on the chopping block, but currently we just haven't done it yet. I like being able to run everything right through QuickBooks myself and manually do it. And we have a lot of people that have to set up for reoccurring payments on here. So that is that. Now, Forms is an upgrade. That's going to be your business level. Honestly, I don't quite see the value in Forms. I haven't sent a proposal yet that I've really been like, wow, I'm so glad I have that. Once again, content library, that is another upgraded feature where you could just drag in videos. So maybe you made a great YouTube video, or maybe you made an informative video, or maybe you made a benefit analysis video. This is where you would go to add that. And that's really it. You have your contacts and your catalog. I'm obviously not going to show you guys contacts just because it's our personal information here, but you can go through, you guys could see all of the information that we have in here as far as name, price. Right now, is this our actual pricing? No, we're constantly modifying and adjusting and really trying to still dial in a lot of our pricing, but it's all not that far off from what we would normally charge. But you could see in here like all of the different services that we've offered that I've actually entered into the system. This isn't just what we've offered to people, but you can go through here and you can see a website redesign, website migration, right? Maybe a full-blown website. You have social media advertising, right? So like this is built out that we take a portion of the sales based on what they're doing, research pools, lookalike audiences, social proof posts, A/B testing, right? And then it breaks down the monthly spend. And the cool part is when you go in and build this, you can just go in and grab this and you can send it out. And then that person knows exactly what they're getting, right? So that's probably one of my favorite parts of this. You can also add images. I'm blocking the images here. I'm sorry. You can also add images in here. So you could just attach it. So every time you add that product, you get that image right with that. And then you don't have to think about it anymore. That's the beautiful part about it. There's really nothing else regardless to that whole situation. But being able to add that image now just gives another level of an impression on somebody who's going to buy. So I had to really think about that word because really people buy with their eyes, or you have to make them feel pain, right? We go to restaurants and we buy really delicious food because we see it first most of the time, or we're like, hey, what's really, really good here because you saw the image somewhere else. Same kind of thing, right? So if you show or you have an image that really captivates people, put it on here. It's huge. It's going to make your life way easier. It's not something we've done yet because I'm still trying to figure out how to do websites and social media and make good images for it. But if you're in an industry that you have a physical product, right? Maybe it's a custom-made wallet, right? Go do that. That's going to be awesome. You're going to get so much more success out of it. I can almost guarantee it. Once again, you have contacts, you have your settings, store add-ons, and your inbox. If there's any messages that somebody sends you when you send out the proposal, that's really, really, really cool. So once again, I'm going to go to dashboard here, and we are going to go to, I'm just going to create a new document so that way you guys can see the whole process of this. So in here, you can find all your templates that you would have, right? You could also convert documents. So if there's already somebody else's document, you could convert this over. In this case, I'm just going to use my proposal document. Now I'm going to assign it to me, and I'm not going to assign this to anybody, but normally you would just assign it, and you can add CCs. So if you're sending it to an executive and they said CC, maybe our CMO or CRO or CPA, whatever, whoever that is, you can just put it right there, and it works really, really, really well. Next, we're going to just hit start editing, and you're going to be able to go through here, and you're going to go in and edit. Now that we don't have any customer information, I can remove this box. Sorry about that, guys. And like I said, you'll have all of this information here. So currently, Baron Media Group, we're still in the process of transitioning our name, but it automatically fills in all that information you saw that looked just like this. Now, normally when you add that contact, right, the first name, last name, and their email address, it'll automatically populate here. You'll have to go in and add that company name, but other than that, if it's integrated with your CRM, it'll automatically pull it. That's the best part. You can go in here, modify and adjust, right? You can add another section if you wanted. It'll show you what you can and can't add. Canva is a new feature in here. Text, image, video, table, pricing table, and you guys are probably wondering, Harrison, you said that videos weren't allowed in there. No, I didn't say that. The content library videos you have to pay for. But if you want to just add your own video, you can just do it manually. It just takes a little longer. Go through here. This is our whole proposal, right? And the cool part is like I said, you can have a little table. I made little tables in here, and you're just going to add a product to that area that we saw on the left-hand side, and you can go through here and you could just let's just do a website, right? So for somebody that we're building a full-blown website for, I'll take this, and this is just the template. I'll have to go through and modify and adjust this, right? But you're looking at $5,000 for a full-blown website with a store up to about 25 or 30 products. And now if I want to go in here and adjust, all I have to do is just keep typing in here. I can format this, I can adjust this, I can add a quantity if I wanted to. So that way if you're selling actual units, you can go in here and create those units, and it just makes for a really, really smooth workflow. So you go in here, you just do, I'm just going to write test. There's your information. You click off of it, it saves it, gives you a total, any monthly services, and then you can hit send. Now you could also add your signature, right? So accept and sign, today's date, which is going to be the 28th of June. You guys are probably going to see this on the 29th or 30th, but and that's really it. I mean, if you wanted to add any of these fancy fields over here, you can add these fancy fields. Like I said, the text field, signature, initials, anything like that might be necessary. And then when you're done, you're going to either send it via email or send it via a link, which is really, really nice because sometimes you don't always have that person's email, or maybe it's on a text message. You can send it via that link. I typically will do emails. Now it's going to tell you, hey, you missed a spot. And this is what I love about this software. It just makes it so easy. Review and fill. Replace unfilled variables with blanks or do not replace. So in this case, I'll either use replace unfilled variables with blanks, or I'll do a review and fill. I really try not to pull anything out, or better yet, I really don't do not replace, right? So I'm going to hit continue here, and then it's going to say, yep, name that thing that you're sending. So maybe it's proposal for growth generators or proposal for, I don't know, Nature's Bounty, you got to take your D3 vitamins, and then you just hit send document. And now it's obviously not going to work correctly, so it's going to say, yes, you've sent it. I'm going to get a rejection email in a second saying, you didn't send this to anybody. But that's it. That's the whole process. The beautiful part is, the moment they're going to open it, right? You're going to know the moment they sign it. They're going to be able to ask questions, comments, concerns along that entire document, and this is going to put your mind at ease because you have it all in one place. And this is what I really value about this. This is not that PDF. If somebody has a question, I currently am working a process out with a customer right now, and he's probably had about 10 or 15 different questions that he's put throughout the entire proposal. Hey, how about this? Is this something that we should have? Should I do this? Should I be concerned about this? Is this something that I want to invest my time, energy, and effort into? So it sent me an email letting me know, hey, I've gotten the email now. It sent that person an email. It's going to send me a rejection in a moment here. But that is the beautiful part about it. It's only sending me a rejection because I didn't put anybody's contact information in there. But that is it's the best thing to have an all-in-one solution. So that way when you're going out, you're sending these out to people. Hey, did you get my proposal? No, I didn't. You can actually see. You can see that they viewed the proposal or not. I can't go back and show you that because I have customer information. I got to be really careful. But that is the beautiful part about it. The moment they sign it saves it in the system. And then it lets them know, hey, I signed also. They can grab a PDF of it. Lets them know, hey, grab a PDF. I can grab a PDF. And that way we both have the exact same document. That is the benefit of all of this. It just makes your life so much easier. So I hope this video helps. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a comment down below. If you guys have a better alternative, please let me know. Comment down below. I would love to hear about it. I'm always looking for the best possible solutions for my business. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, share, notify. Other than that, bye.